I've been doing reenactment for probably close to 30 odd years. I'm thankful that I'm on the downward end of this whole thing. I met a lady in South Carolina. I came in as a corporal to begin with. Every morning the company will turn in a morning report to me. I believe I was born 150 years too late. I can read smoke signals. I've been diagnosed with PTSD. This kind of helps with that. It's just the sound, the specific sound of a Huey. My name's Tim Perkins. I'm from Boxford, Massachusetts, which is about 20 miles north of Boston. I've been doing reenactment for probably close to 30 odd years and enjoy it. I enjoy the camaraderie. People are good people. I happened to go to a living history event as with the first one. I was told that I would look like I could be a part of the organization. So I went to my first event, and from then on, it's all history. I came in as a corporal, company clerk, and I was also a color bearer. The commanding officer at the time lost his adjutant, so he asked me if I would become adjutant. Adjutant is basically the secretary of the battalion. He takes care of the paperwork. Every morning the company will turn in a morning report to me. I compile it all into one report for the colonel so he can look at it and see how many men he's got on the field at any given time. Rather than giving him 5 or 6 different companies. When I first started doing this, we could put 200 Confederates on the field with no problem whatsoever. Over the course of the years, people get older, family life takes over, and you kind of lose a little bit of interest, so consequently our numbers are significantly lower than what they used to be. But at any rate. So the adjutant stopped, and I was asked to be adjutant. I came in as a corporal to begin with, went to a lieutenant. From there I went to captain, and about 5 years ago I got promoted to major. I have no authority on the battlefield, even though I am an officer. The only thing that I am in charge of is the dress parade, which is normally on a Saturday or a Sunday. I think in the original time frame, 160 years ago, they had a dress parade every day. So, but that's it. Physically, I cannot take the field anymore. So consequently, what I do is I talk to the public, and I try to inform them of the artillery, how it works, the infantry, how it works, and things of that nature. Try to give them a little bit of an idea. When I first started doing reenacting, you'd walk by the public and you could see their wheels turning because they didn't really have any idea of what was going on. So once I decided I couldn't take the field, I became the narrator, I guess you'd want to say. And that seems like that's working pretty good.
Yeah. What type of research do you do to make sure the role you're playing is as authentic as possible?
I don't take a specific role as far as the one-on-one. In other words, I'm not John Smith. That's very hard to do because you've got to be him. What my persona is the fact that I'm from the north to begin with. I came down south prior to the war. I met a lady in South Carolina. I married her. The the war broke out, I took up her cause. I met my brother at Antietam. He was Union. Unfortunately, he's still in Antietam. I survived. But after the war, I came back home to the north and was a sheriff in Chesterfield County for many, many years. Now that persona is one we have a Confederate buried in the town I live in, and that's him. He's from a very predominant family. There's a school named after him, there's a pond named after the family, there's a road named after the family, so he's very predominant in the town. But that's what I go with. I don't go with a specific individual because that's very hard to do.
Do you have a favorite when it comes to the weekends where you're reenacting? Is there something that you enjoy doing the most? Do you have a favorite memory from doing this?
One of the things I think I enjoy the most is setting camp up. The one that I dislike the most is tearing camp down. Because when you set the camp up, you're going back to 1860, whether it's, each year we're different. I think this year is 1865, next year will be 1861. But you're going back in a time frame when there was respect. You know, it was, I don't know, maybe a little bit easier. On Sunday, when we tear down, that means you're going back to 2025. I believe I was born 150 years too late. Because I'm not into electronics. I can't do the phones the way everybody else does. I can't text. I can read smoke signals. You know, I'm more at home here than I am there. I'm a little bit more social here than I am back in 2025. I've been diagnosed with PTSD, so that kind of helps with this kind of helps with that. I don't have a problem with the gunfire. I have a problem if I'm watching a movie on Vietnam.
Did you serve in Vietnam?
I did. I was there for 10 months, got wounded, and got retired because of the wounds. So, yeah, that's kind of a bad time frame for me.
Is there anything like when you're doing the reenactments that reminds you about that period of your life when you were in Vietnam?
No, I don't think so. For some reason, the gunfire, the artillery fire doesn't bother me. If we're doing an event and a Huey flies over, yeah, that bothers me. A regular helicopter? No, it doesn't bother me. It's just the sound, the specific sound of a Huey that is something that you stick with. Some of the events that we go to, you have specific, what we call Civil War moments. I had an event down in Virginia. We were up on a little knoll set up. At night I went out and you look and all you can see is campfires. It's, wow, I'm there. Had an event at Fort Adams in Rhode Island. Come up out of the Sally Port into the port itself. All the tents were set up. It was like, wow, deja vu, I'm here. So there are some things that stick out in my mind as far as the events themselves go. I missed some things I wish I had seen. I have seen cavalry come in a column of 2s. They went to a column of 4s, and then they went to a column of 8s. It's very impressive. They had a cavalry review at one of the bigger events of Gettysburg. They had 500 mounted horsemen. But unfortunately, I didn't have a Kodak moment and I missed it. So that's a regret, because you'll never see it again, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Maybe a little bit different one here. If the Civil War happened in 2025, do
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody would win. Because nobody would win with the weapons of today. If it happened with the weapons of yesterday, yeah, maybe there would be a winner. But today's weapons, there won't be a winner. For the world, period. It's not a very stable environment in today's world. I'm thankful that I'm on the downward end of this whole thing. I mean, I'm 79 years old, so how many more moons am I going to see? I'm not going to see that many more moons. My grandkids, I got 2 girls that are like 2 years old. I got a grandson that's 4 years old. What is their future? It doesn't, in my mind, it doesn't look too rosy. The way the world is today. So